Ewan McGregor shows off his Obi-Wan Kenobi look. You know what? He was on an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, and you got to see that he's got his Obi-Wan beard. We did a story last week where we saw some set photos of Obi-Wan. It was just a bantha. You saw the back end of a bantha. It's nothing spoilery there. But we know that it's now confirmed. He's confirmed it himself that he's on set. He's shooting stuff, so it's underway, and that's really cool because Obi-Wan is one of the series that I'm really looking forward to. It's something that we all wanted to see Ewan McGregor get another crack at the bat with this character because he was the best part of the prequels for some, including myself. I thought he was awesome. So let's just go through some of the quotes because he's got some quotes here that are very interesting to look at. If you want to watch the full interview, guys, just go to Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube page and you'll find it. It's like 10 minutes long. It's really, really worth watching because, guys, Ewan McGregor is cool. So he was on there to promote his new upcoming series, Halston. Never heard of it, other than what was in that interview, but I don't know. Yeah, who cares? Let's talk about Obi-Wan. Oh yes, he's got a good quote here. It was good. It feels great. I have to say I'm having a really, really good time. The costume is probably slightly different than you might expect, but to go back into that role, shall we say, is great. It's all still there. It feels great. There's some great scripts and great people to work with. It's great. I'm having a good time, close quote. So he's liking it. Now, I think a lot of people will go, wait a minute. The costume is probably slightly different than you might expect. Well, because he wouldn't be wearing his Jedi robes. Or would he? Because he was wearing his Jedi robes when he showed up to find Luke there in the desert in episode 4. So who knows? Or maybe he did have to go super incognito until people just finally just said, oh, all the Jedi are gone. Who are the Jedi? Because something happened between episode 3 and 4 where people just stopped hearing about the Force and people who were able to manipulate it. Because even Tarkin in episode 4 was like saying, well, you are the last of the religion. Nobody ever uses it anymore. And that one general that gets choked is like, yeah, you and your sorceress ways, that kind of thing. People didn't really have that much knowledge of it, but who knows? Anyway, continuing on with Obi-Wan, I'm just fanboying out there. Before, while shooting the prequels, we did months of blue screen and green screen acting. Now we've got this extraordinary technology where you work inside of a big screen and the backgrounds are there. It feels much more realistic. So they're using the Mandalorian technology on the Obi-Wan series, and that's really cool because we know how awesome the Mandalorian looked visual effects wise. And now that we're going to get that with an Obi-Wan series, we're going to see Darth Vader, we're going to see Anakin, we're going to see Owen Lars and Beru, although Joel Edgerton coming back, and that same woman who was in Attack of the Clones. Guys, this is awesome. So, what else did he say? He said one other interesting quote to close this out. I got to play a very special scene on May the 4th with someone very special in my life. That's all I can tell you about it. So, when asked if it was someone we've seen with him on camera before, he replied no. So maybe it was just one of his kids or something. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe one of his kids was a Jawa or something. But you know what? I think that's most likely it. It's not going to be... that'll be the fuel that a lot of people will use for the speculation videos. What was he talking about? And that'll drive a lot of traffic to other people's channels. But let's just keep it on the Obi-Wan stuff. I think that's cool. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Obi-Wan's finally underway, and I'm just like, yeah, can't wait for it. Let's talk about the Spiral opening scene next. All of these stories, guys, are in the comments below. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines.